gonna start here. He's gonna be on his back. And this can happen when I open the guard, or it can happen when I engage. But it's the knee cut. I get his knees across and I start to come through, and it is the space between here and the knee cut. And many times our opponent does not put sufficient enough walls to slow down the technique. And we'll go from an open guard position straight to what they call quarter guard, where I got past the knee, I'm settling into here, I'm looking for the underhook, different ways to control, and eventually get to side control. Nothing wrong with this position, but you're gonna take a lot of punishment in here because he's stapling your leg, your hips can't move, you're holding onto the foot, and no-gi, man, if I have upper body movement, the legs are a big target. You really expose your legs from this position. So you have to find, there's a halfway point between when they're over you to where they drop that knee. That is the reverse De La Riva guard. Will be just like this. As he puts his knee through, there's the hook. And you notice right away, this is what happens, because the more they come down, naturally the hands come through. The wrist is always going to be an easy catch, because they're going to always try to work on this knee. This foot, like we did earlier, I can put it on his hip, I can control here, but controlling this hand is problematic. No gi. I don't have a sleeve, and it's too easy for him to strip his hands away. That's why I like using this. This is just a transition we're gonna do. So no, you can bring your weight down, bring your, yes, like that. The harder he tries to pass, the easier this movement is. You're gonna notice here, this foot, because it is a hook, I can elevate. It's not a lot, but it checks his balance. The challenge here is, how can I transition to a better position if I don't have the means to sweep or submit from here? This is where this foot is going to come into play. I can use this directly or indirectly by moving my hip just a little bit. When we do this, you're going to notice my target. Your target is instep to his instep. If he comes at me hard, sometimes it's easy. I can put the instep to instep. Most of the time they sit their weight heavy and it's kind of hard to move them. Foot goes on the mat, move my hip out a little bit, I lift, now my instep goes right there. Once I have both, extend my legs. His knee's gonna drop. He's not gonna fall, but his knee's gonna drop. From here, those of you who like to play lockdown, you can switch. The one I like to do, once I get this in, is I stretch, and then we put the butterfly hook. Once the butterfly hook comes in, if he sits back, I need to come up. It can be underhook, it can be overhook. It doesn't matter, but I'm controlling his upper body. But our objective is, we're gonna kill the knee cut and return to a stronger guard, stronger position. Sometimes this is enough if you have the reach. Most of the time, it's going to involve a little elevation of the hook and moving your hip. Once you get that, your foot, your instep is lifting, the bottom foot is stretching. You see how I stretch him? Now I can pop, and then I come up, and now you're in a good attack position. You have some upper body control, and you have hip control with your legs. What we don't want is to get here. You can work from here, but like I said, you have your work cut out for you. The halfway point is this hook. You will feel it. It's hard for him to put his knee on the ground. And the more he does, see, you engage that hook. That's what keeps him off balance. And when at all possible, just extension. Put that knee on the ground and look at all the space we have to work. You can come up, work your half guard, work with the butterfly hook. But that's how we're going to start. That's going to be the initial transition. All right, are there any questions? Awesome, let's go. 1, 2, 3.